Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the show that started it all. This is Nintendo Pow Block, episode 161. I'm one of your hosts, Corey Dirrig, and alongside me, as always, is that retro code, Eddie V.
The boys are back in town. Yes! Yes!
Ed, what are we doing here? Why are we doing this?
Nintendo did a Nintendo Direct
Besides that, we talked a little bit before we even knew there was a Direct, right? We were like,
yes,
we should do Pow Block and like go back to the old formula of Pow Block, right? Where it's literally just you and me. Don't get me wrong. I love Ray. I love Jesse. I love everybody who's ever been a third chair on this show and just collaborated and done really cool things. But like, when it gets down to it, like, I want us with them to talk about everything, right?
Yes.
And Nintendo Pow Block is kind of like our baby, right? And so,
yes,
we are bringing it back in a cool way. So we're going to talk about our new kind of view for Nintendo Pow Block towards the end of the show, but we want to talk about the Nintendo Direct that just happened today. It's a pretty decent Direct. Nintendo wasn't really playing around. I am excited for a lot of the things that happened today. There were some things missing, again, that, I mean, I look, okay, we're just gonna kind of go right into it. Started with the Overwatch trailer. Not a huge surprise, judging by the leaked accessories and just some things that have happened in the last couple days or so. Overwatch is coming to Switch. It's $40 for the Legendary Edition, which is pretty cool because I think the Legendary Edition comes with 10 loot boxes that you can open right away, and that's a pretty good way to get people in. It looks like it's running at the same frame rates that the big boy consoles do. So in the graphics, I mean, Overwatch is it's not very graphically intensive. So I am pretty sure that it's going to run well on Switch. I'm pretty excited. I've actually gotten back into Overwatch this past week with a few people, like Battlebug and a few other people. So
I still have it on my Xbox and have not even started the game. Not one match. I haven't played it at all.
It's cool. Now it's coming to Switch. Now you don't have an excuse. Actually, you do, because it's an online-only game, and if you try to play it when you're out of the house, you're not going to be able to play it. But a pretty cool major get for Nintendo nonetheless. Overwatch League is really big.
Yes.
They just added new characters a couple weeks ago to Overwatch and new maps and everything. I thought they were going to make this announcement at BlizzCon because they don't really, I mean, they probably do, but as of right now, they don't really have, quote unquote, anything to show. And I think this is like their last big boost for this game before Overwatch 2 comes out because it is in development, probably for next gen, next gen Xbox, Scarlet, and PS5. But just to get this extra boost of life out of it. And I think a lot of people are going to double dip. Right, I think Overwatch is super popular. I think $40 is a great price point for it.
Yes,
especially when you're getting the Legendary Edition instead of just the Origins Edition. So, pretty good price. Overwatch coming to Nintendo Switch on October 15th, which is a week before The Witcher and 2 weeks before The Outer Worlds. So, good luck, Nintendo Switch fans. You're going to need it. So, Overwatch, great game. I love Overwatch. I think it's a cool game. I know, Ed, you said you haven't really played it, but what are your thoughts on a big game like Overwatch coming to Switch?
Well, I initially, one of my predictions was that they were going to save it for last. Like, they was going to end the show with Overwatch because it has a big community, and people kind of were excited when that case leaked. But then when they showed it, people were just like, okay, cool. And in a way, Nintendo was a little bit shady. Shady in the fact that...
I've never heard Ed say Nintendo's shady before.
Shady in the fact that they didn't give this game really any time. They just showed it and be like, okay, the new thing is you got motion control. Okay, bye Overwatch. Now let's get into the Nintendo Direct. Like, I kind of feel like this is somewhat payback in a sense to Blizzard because Blizzard was being so coy about and kind of defensive. They didn't know they wanted to bring Overwatch, and it's just like you are seeing the fans' request for this game to be on the system. You've seen how people reacted with Diablo 3.
Well, I think that Nintendo has always been very. Anytime a big, and I think they're still stuck in this. I think they need to really get away from it, right? But I think they like to make bringing specific games an event. I think they like to make it an event for fans, and Overwatch is one of those games where they might want to make it an event for that week because, like, you know, they really ever since launch, really they used to position one huge game per month. Now it just seems like every week we are getting a huge, massive game on Nintendo Switch, which is awesome. My wallet is crying because I can't afford all these awesome games, nor do I have the time to play any of them because I'm so sucked into I'm still sucked into Fire Emblem, and I just got Astral Chain, which I want to start real bad, but I think pairing Overwatch with The Witcher with the Outer Worlds, like that month, outside of first party games is going to be a huge month for Nintendo, and Overwatch is kind of like, boom, here it is, here we are, where you get to play this awesome game on Switch.
But Blizzard is late.
So is everybody else. The only to be fair, Doom was late, Wolfenstein was late, The Witcher is extremely late.
Yes.
A lot of these major games are late. Because of the technical issues of Switch. I think there's only been like a handful of third-party games that haven't been late to the party. Like NBA 2K isn't late to the party. And that's, by the way, if you're looking for a great version of the game to take with you, the Switch version is great. FIFA is,
that's EA. That's a whole different discussion.
Yeah, but the game still came out at the same time as the others, is my point. It's not the same version, but it is there. But it's just, these third-party games are late to Switch.
But Blizzard knew if you made a statement, okay, you see the success of Switch and some other games, but if you, as a company president, seeing that your employees, 75% of your employees and more, are bringing their Switch to the office and playing it, wouldn't that give you incentives to be like, okay, if this thing is popular with my employees and I'm seeing all of this good stuff, we need to start working on this game for Switch now. I
was just gonna say that, like, I think Blizzard did realize that, and I think that's why we're getting it now, right? I think to me, getting these games on Switch, though, I wish they would come out when they would originally come out, although the Switch wasn't out when Overwatch came out. But you know what I mean? Like, if at launch we had Overwatch, we would be having a totally different discussion, and I understand that. But for me, it's kind of better late than never, and it's like, okay, these games can run on Switch, and hopefully future third-party games will be like, we got a plan to release our games day and date, like Wolfenstein Youngblood, right? Day and date, same as the other versions.
But last, because I know we got stuff to move on. I just feel like Blizzard.
We have a lot to talk about.
Yes, Blizzard should have had Overwatch last year at BlizzCon.
You're right. I think,
and that, because that was the moment that everybody if Blizzard would have be like, hey, Overwatch is coming to Switch. And they don't even have to show more. They could just show a little bit trailer and just say Overwatch coming to Nintendo Switch 2019. Everybody, no speculations, no rumors, none of that would have even mattered. Them folks at BlizzCon would have been thrilled to the bone that they're getting this game, and then go on and do whatever they want to do. And then this direct happening and be like, okay, yes, we knew it was coming. There's some updates. Oh, it's coming in October. Oh, that's cool. Let me pre-order, or let me get that game ready to go. They would have been fine, but I just felt like Blizzard, and I'm not saying that it's not cool that they did it. I just feel like Blizzard is late to the party.
Yeah. Oh, they're definitely late, especially because and we're gonna move on after this, but especially because I think they're seeing the success of Fortnite. They're seeing the success of Warframe and Paladins. You know, not that they're all the same game, but they're similar enough in terms of like, okay, these games are like Paladins, especially. That game is super popular on Switch, where it's like, okay, you've got the hero shooter thing going, you've got the loot box thing going, and then you got Fortnite, which is like, okay, this is kind of free to play, but you know, the Battle Pass Switch version's doing really well. Like, and I think they want a piece of that pie, and like we're gonna get it in October. So, yes, late. Would have preferred it last year when I was still kind of heavily into Overwatch, and like playing it on the go or on the couch or whatever is like I can practice using different characters. Like for me, this version is going to be like, okay, I'm going to test out this character today, or I'm going to test out this character today, because when I go to play the Xbox version, which is what I'm maining on, I can be better with those characters without putting, pressure on my teammates to carry me, you know? So,
yes,
you know, it's, I'm glad we're getting it. It's a little late for me, but I'm glad we're getting it. And
yeah, me too.
It's just fueling those Tracer Smash rumors even more, especially now that we're getting more fighters. But more on that later. They showed off Luigi's Mansion 3, which is coming October 31st. There's another October game for you.
Well, that's a must buy, so.
I know. Luigi's Mansion is going to be so good. They showed off new floors, the Tomb Suites, the Dance Hall, and the Spectral Catch. And then there's a new mode called Scream Park, where it's 4v4 on one Switch, Luigi's versus Gooigi's, and who can capture the most ghosts, 2 to 8 player. Like we said, it's 8 players on one Switch, which is super interesting. So,
yeah, it's going to be chaotic, but I'm interested.
I'm really excited for Luigi's Mansion. I love that first game so very much, and can't wait. I just can't wait.
I feel like this game is going to be big, dude. Like,
I feel like it's going to be bigger than, like, the first one was big because it was a launch title for GameCube, right?
Yes.
And like that was the game you bought with your GameCube, kind of big, you know. But yes. I think a lot of people were disappointed that it wasn't Mario 64 2 or whatever. But then I think a lot of people grew to love it over time, and then Dark Moon was fantastic. But I think a lot of people were just like, it's a handheld game. It's good for a handheld game, whatever. Like, I mean, I still liked it a lot, but like, you know, 3DS, whatever. Now we're getting a full-fledged console sequel that looks to be amazing. It's this huge hotel that you're exploring, and it's just going to be awesome. So, Luigi's Mansion comes out October 31st. Starburst, I see you in the chat. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block. So, all right, we're going to move on here. Super Kirby Clash. That's a name. Available today.
And this is a free to start game.
Yeah,
so
this kind of reminds me of that Kirby Battle Royale game that came out on
3DS.
3DS. So
yeah,
sure.
It's a boss rush mode with different jobs. You got to bring in the right equipment and everything, and you could do a single player or you could team up with different people and go fight. And I think it's cool. You know, it's a holdover Kirby game, because they did say that intelligence systems or whoever's making the next Kirby game, they are hiring so they can have people.
I hope it's not intelligent systems, because that's Fire Emblem. I think it's probably HAL Labs again.
HAL Labs, I think it is. Yeah, not intelligent system. I'm sorry, everybody. But
could
yeah,
you
they were
a Kirby strategy game. That would be
I would literally be here for it.
Oh man, that would be super interesting.
I would buy it. I literally would buy it.
Oh man. So we're moving on. Speaking of picking jobs, Trials of Mana is coming April 24th. This game is a remake of Super Nintendo game, correct?
Yes.
Super Nintendo. Trials of Mana never came out here in the US. Right, but it was super popular in Japan.
Okay, so
right? You're more. This is more your area.
Okay, so Secret of Mana.
I know Secret of Mana.
Secret of Mana came out and it was very popular. It did well. Secret of Mana 2, which is Trials of Mana, never came because they did Secret of Evermore, when Square Enix or Squaresoft at that time had an American developer. So they passed on Secret of Mana 2 and did Secret of Evermore, which is a great game, by the way. And so it was all localized and everything ready to come, but like I said, they passed on it. When they released the Collection of Mana in Japan, they had Secret of Mana 2, and everybody was wondering if we was ever going to get it. So now that we have the Collection of Mana, we have the original version of Secret of Mana 2, but they renamed it Trials of Mana. So because the Trials of Mana is just a new name for it. Now this remake is something completely unexpected but brand new. So they took that old game and just and really changed it up. So
yeah,
that's kind of the story behind it.
Yeah. So I mean, I think it looks awesome. This game I am really, really excited for. I think it kind of looks like, it almost looks like an action RPG version of Dragon Quest in the way that the characters look and the style of the world.
I was about to say the same thing. I was thinking more of Dragon Ball or Toriyama artwork.
Yeah, well,
that's why I was just like, ooh, this looks like Dragon Ball, but I'm down for it.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm really excited. April 24th, that game is coming. Really, really cool. You can pick your classes. You can choose 1 out of 6 classes. You can do all types of combos and everything and stuff. So really cool game. I highly recommend you check it out if you're into action RPGs. That trailer looked amazing. So
yes.
Okay. This next game is coming this fall. It was a hit indie game on Steam called Return of the Obra Dinn. It's a black and white kind of walking sim mystery. You have to solve a mystery. Like you play the role of an insurance salesman, and you go on this boat, and everybody on the boat is dead, and you have to figure out how everybody died on the boat. And you kind of go on, and you kind of try to solve these little mysteries and see stories about everybody and put together this story. It's a really neat game.
Yes.
I don't know if it's kind of like my cup of tea really, but if you like games like Gone Home or Tacoma or like Firewatch, those types of games, this game kind of fits in that wheelhouse of game, and I think a lot of people really enjoyed it when they played it.
It's definitely up my alley of a game because it kind of reminds me a little bit of Hotel Dusk 201, and I love that game. So it's giving, and I love mysteries, so I'm definitely going to get this. I know that it got a lot of high praise on PC, so for it to come to Switch, which is a big surprise, like out of the blue, no one expected this game to be on that system, on Switch. So yeah, this is one for me, and I don't know how much it's going to be. I'm assuming $20 probably. I think $20 would be good.
Yeah,
for a nice digital version.
I don't think it's much more than that on Steam. If it is, I think it's only $20 on Steam. So
yeah,
and it's been on sale quite a few times since it was released. So check it out. Let's see here. Our next, we're gonna move on here. The working title Town that was shown during the summer is now called Little Town Hero, made by Game Freak. You play as a character named Ace. You fight monsters with, quote, ideas. Choose the right one to win. You can walk around the town and have others join you in the fight. Music is done by Undertale's creator, Toby Fox. So basically, it's a JRPG that takes place in one town.
Yes.
So looks cool. Looks neat. Does it look like a full retail release? It kind of. I know it will be because it's a Nintendo IP and Nintendo wants to publish their stuff and keep their IP at like a premium. But like, I'm a little skeptical about this. Although Game Freak usually makes great games even outside of Pokemon. So
I would say when I was looking at it, I'm just like, I could see this as a $40 game.
Yeah.
I think there's just. because there hasn't been much information about it, I kind of need to read a preview. I need to see more video of it. So hopefully, like Game Informer gets their hands on it and talk about it on their show. I just need more info about it. This one I'm just reserving for right now. But if it's like in a good price range of like $50, I'll buy it.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I'm willing to check it out. You know, if we're going to be doing Pow Block on the regular basis again, like,
yeah,
something I should probably check out for the show, right? But you know, looks interesting. We'll talk about it when it comes out, I'm sure. So
yes,
Super Smash Brothers DLC characters. Let's talk about this. After the direct, they revealed that Banjo was available today. I'm updating my Switch right now because this is a character I've been waiting on. And Blades, that is my favorite animated GIF of all time. It's the one where Shaq is doing the shoulder thing and then the cat looks back at him doing the same thing. I love that thing. But Banjo's available today. Terry Bogard is available in November, who is SNK fighting character from Fatal Fury, I think, was his first
Fatal
appearance.
Fury in King of Fighters.
Yeah, and also the female version appeared in SNK Heroines that came out last fall. I'm wondering if they will have the female version of Terry Bogard in this game.
We shall see. But can I say, first of all, shout out to Nintendo for really doing the SNK announcement justice.
Dude, that was so funny. Where they were like kind of scrolling through the old Nintendo systems, right? And like they cued in on the Super Nintendo, and like I thought it was going to be the Super Nintendo games were coming to Switch, right? Like I thought that was the announcement they were making, and then they slid over to like the Neo Geo or whatever, and like they did a full 16-bit Smash invitation, and all these SNK characters were trying to get the Smash envelope, and they were like and then it ended with it was good. It was really good.
They captured what the SNK was. They did a really fantastic job. I was literally laughing. I'm like, they are not going to get Geese Howard in this. And then he fell out the building. I laughed.
That was
like I was just like, Sakurai and them are so cool. Because for people who don't know that the SNK was an arcade cabinet, but they also was a developer and publisher of their own games for their old Nintendo. But they had the Neo Geo, which you could take your games and take them to the arcade and save that information and then bring it back. Problem was the system was $600 and the games were $200 because they were literally arcade games. And Fatal Fury was one of their biggest fighting franchise at that time. So to see Terry Bogard in here, they really got him down packed. It looked like they did have the animation from the girl fighting game that came out, but it did still have like that Smash Brothers look to it. So
yeah, it was a good reveal. But I think, I mean, isn't he like the most recognizable SNK character at this point though? Like he's in everything.
Two of them. He's one of them. So it's Terry Bogard and Mia Fey.
Is she the one that wears the red gi and has the super
with the
animated chest area? We'll keep it PG here on Nintendo Pow Block. She has a very animated chest, and people.
She has the bouncies.
Yeah, what Ed said. You know,
she has the bouncies.
That's a good way to put it, Ed. You know.
Yeah. There is some characters also from Samurai Showdown that are familiar, but it's not the actual.
Yeah, but everybody recognizes the red vest and the red hat, right? Like that's when people think of,
Fatal Fury, Terry Bogard,
So the new Smash characters. They also confirmed that more DLC fighters are coming to Smash after the Fighter Pack 1 is over, which to me is super exciting, but I feel really bad for Sakurai for having to work so hard all the time. Hopefully they'll get in there and be like, Fighter Pass 2 is all indie characters, and it'll be like Shantae and Shovel Knight and the Guacamelee guy and the Hyperlight Drifter guy. You know,
Well, they need some female characters. And that's what my thing. My thing was like to have Mia Fey or have some kind of female representation in Smash, because we got like a whole bunch of dudes, and that's cool and everything. But I want a female fighter. I want equal. Just saying.
so you want Birdo? That's what you want.
Oh no!
Are you sure?
I would take Captain Rainbow on Switch. Trust me, I will play that. But
What if Captain N is a character in the next Fighters Pass?
then I'm going to play Captain N. Dang it!
Got you there. All right, so they were kind of reiterating that Link's Awakening is coming out on September 20th, which looks amazing. Dragon Quest XI is coming on September 27th. Free DLC in the Champion package, so you'll be getting some free DLC in that game, which is super exciting. The big drop when you texted me this, we were on a walk with the baby, and you're like, Tokyo Mirage Sessions is coming to Switch. I'm like,
Yeah!
what? If you're into JRPGs, if you're into Persona, if you're into Fire Emblem, this game merges the two games together into one really cool game centered around a pop star. And you can actually find an old Pod and Play when we were just trying to figure out what we were doing with Pod and Play, which is
Season 1.
also coming back. We discussed. So a new reimagined version of Pod and Play will be coming your way shortly. We just have to figure out recording times and how we're going to do it. But we talked about Tokyo Mirage Sessions a long time ago and how much it would be just awesome if they brought it to the Switch, but we didn't know how it would work because it does require the dual screen so much that it's kind of hard to do on the Switch, but they're doing it. So Tokyo Mirage Sessions Sharp FE Encore is coming January 17th, which is exactly the spot where I thought the Metroid Prime trilogy would be dropping in January, but it's okay. It just seems like January is that area where Nintendo's releasing their ports to kind of get the year rolling, and what a good game to release to get the year going. Tokyo Mirage Sessions, I can't recommend it enough. If you didn't play it on Wii U, you should definitely pick it up on the Switch.
And for anyone who cannot wait for it, you can pre-purchase it right now digitally on the eShop.
Yeah. You can actually pre-purchase almost all of these games on the eShop right now.
That was a big thing for this Direct.
What? Pre-purchase?
Yeah, for like you could do it right after Direct and stuff. Even though there's a lot of games that's far off, and I was just like, that's why for them to be like, yeah, pre-purchase it now. Bam, it's ready. Usually they'll wait for a little bit before they could do it.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so good. All right, so there's a few other games coming to Switch as well. Deadly Premonition 2 was announced, which is the first one is a cult classic for the original Xbox, I want to say.
No, 360.
Was it 360? Yeah. Okay, so they're making a sequel for Switch, which is very interesting. I'm sure it'll come to other platforms eventually, but it was in this Direct. And also available today is Deadly Premonition Origins, which is kind of like a reworked version of the first game. So yes, very cool. Very, very cool.
And I kind of like the art style for Premonition 2.
It kind of looks like
it.
It kind of reminds me of Life is Strange a little bit.
Yeah.
Which is a series that I wish was on Switch. Those games are awesome. But yeah, so trailers are on the eShop, so you can check those out. Divinity Original Sin 2 Definitive Edition also released today. I know Ray talks awfully high of that game. The first one, right? The first one.
He hasn't responded back to me. I don't know what his level of hype was.
So he's hyped. Let's put it that way. He's hyped.
Oh, he's gonna buy it. That's no.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's gonna get it. So it's a top-down kind of classic CRPG. So it's very. Those games are very, very deep and very, very difficult, but they are also very, very well done. So,
yes.
speaking of favorite games that are well done, Doom 64 is coming November 22nd, the same day that you can purchase Doom Eternal, which will probably be a catastrophically better game than Doom 64.
Which shout out to Pete Hines for
yeah, I get it, but like, to me, Doom 64 has always been like the joke of the Doom series.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's just like this weird kind of port, kind of sequel to the original games, and it's kind of like...
But all 6 games will be on the system.
That's true. That's fair, Bethesda's... I gotta give it to Bethesda. They've really been supporting this system.
Look, Nintendo gave more love to Doom 64 than they did to Overwatch, so that says something.
It's fair. You know what? That's fair. It's fair. And then also Rogue Company is coming in 2020, which I didn't really get a whole lot from that. It's Hi-Rez Studios' new IP. It's a third-person online free-to-play shooter, I want to say. Is it free-to-play?
It's not free-to-play. They just showed a little bit of it, and they were still showing like cinematic cutscenes and stuff. It looks like you're going to be playing as spies or agents, and you got to stop the opponent, like Interpol or something like that. I forgot the name of it. And so it's an online kind of arena third-person shooter, from what I know. And different characters that you pick got different classes, and so to use tactics. I think more information is going to come out next year. I think they just did this big reveal on Switch, since it was going to be in a direct. So I don't know if it's coming to any other consoles or anything, or even PC, but it probably will like down the line. I think right now they just wanted to announce it that it's coming out. I mean, it looks okay, but I think I need to see more of it.
Yeah. I don't know. It looks cool. I think Hi-Rez does some interesting work. I just, there's just so many other things. Like, I feel like putting out a game that's kind of okay in this kind of mosh pit of fantastic games, I'm just worried that it's going to get lost in the shuffle, So.
Well, it depends on the marketing. It depends on what they do with it. So we'll see in the future.
Yeah. All right, we're moving on to Pokemon Sword and Shield, coming November 15th. Ed, you want to take this one? You want to?
Yes. So they really just talked about 4 new things that was coming to Pokemon. So you get to customize your look. So this time you actually get to go in the store, put on different outfits, and not only for indoor but for outdoor also. You could change different hairstyle, gloves, glasses, and everything. They show mostly more of a female. Then they show like kind of a male, but a lot of good stuff that you'll be able to see. But so it's really cool. I think you'll be able to buy more clothes with in-game money from it. So I can't wait to see more of that. I think it's a really cool thing. They talked about the Pokemon camp, where you could camp anywhere and interact with your Pokemon, and you could also go to other camps and interact with their Pokemon. And if your Pokemon starts playing around and stuff, you might get a bonus and stuff for it. Cooking, which I just named it cooking, because the name is called Curry on Rice. And what you'll do is, if you get the right berries and the right items and materials, you could probably make the best curry. You'll probably be using your Switch Joy-Con also to stir the pot and everything. And if you make it really good and stuff, both you and your Pokemon can eat it and get a lot of bonuses from there. There's going to be over 100 types of curry, so it's going to be interesting. I like that. It's really cool. Last but not least, they introduced 2 new Pokemon, Polteageist, where it's a ghost type, this purple ghost in a teapot. And it looks kind of cool, but yet funny. And then Cramorant, which is a flying water type, he looks like a pelican almost in a sense. He could use surf or dive. Now, when he used surf, they use this for an example. You'll see him jump up and then come down. And listen, I thought he was going to be surfing and he hits the opponent with a surfboard, but he doesn't do that. He actually goes into the water, and there may be a chance that he would catch a fish. So a fish would be in his beak. So if you are attacked, he'll counter that attack with using a gulp missile, which is basically him hitting his opponent with the fish in his mouth and shooting it out as a missile. So that's pretty much what they introduced for this one. So yeah, November 15th, that will be Pokemon Sword and Shield.
It's growing on me. I'm not a huge Pokemon guy, but it's growing on me.
I will be spending my $120+ getting it.
Oh, jeez. Yeah. So Pokemon, November 15th. This calendar is getting real full, guys. It's getting real full. Speaking of full, Super Nintendo games are coming to Nintendo Switch Online tomorrow. There's going to be around 20 games, local and online. Also a rewind feature coming to those games. So.
And yes, so everybody's going to be playing Super Ghouls and Ghosts with the
feature. You know what this finally means, Ed, is that we can finally do our retro gaming show correctly, where I'm not going to play, I'm going to talk, and you're going to play because you're way better at retro games than I am.
Okay.
I realize we still have to do
one thing, Corey, before we continue. Konami, find a way to get the rights to put TMNT 4 on it. I want Turtles in Time on this.
Dude, I just had the conversation with my friend Brian today. We were like, he texted me out of the blue today. He's like, man, Super Nintendo games coming to Switch. Super awesome. Next text. Where's Turtles in Time? I'm like, exactly. Turtles in Time, man. It's the best.
And and when I was looking at most of it, I'm just like, of course, this is I'm close to the Super Nintendo Classic, but not all of it. But I'm like, come on, Konami. You got to work with somebody to get this game on, because the moment that you get it on, everybody's going to play. This is the right opportunity to play.
Dude, plus, honestly, if they did the work, they could put in a 4-player co-op online to Turtles in Time.
Yes.
And make it widescreen. Give it to the people who did the Sonic games, the Sonic kind of remasters that came out a couple of years ago at some point. And you know, they made Sonic widescreen. They cleaned it up a little bit. They put online functionality in some of the games. You can do that with Turtles. You can add a 4-player mode. You can add online co-op play, right? Super Nintendo Turtles in Time 4-player has been my dream forever. Right?
Yes.
Why can't we have it? And don't give us the Turtles in Time reshelled crap. That was not. It was fine, but it wasn't good. Right? It was fine at best.
We want to play those additional levels.
For people in the chat, in the Mixer chat, who haven't been following me very long, huge Ninja Turtles fans here, right? Huge Ninja Turtle fans. I was on Amazon last night again, looking at the 12-inch Comic-Con exclusive figures again, and they're expensive, dude. I'm never gonna get them, but I like looking at them. So, yeah.
Yes.
Anyways, there and a lot of the good games are coming out from the start too. Zelda's gonna be there, Metroid, Mario. Star Fox is going to be there, so a lot of
yes,
a lot of the ones you expect to be there are there right away. So,
yeah, hopefully Super Punch Out, Gradius, there's a lot of Super Nintendo games that could be on that system. Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, Final Fantasy 3. There's a ton.
Yeah.
And everybody now about to hop on, or they're definitely now about to renew their subscription, because everybody bought it in September pretty much, and everybody just yep, now it's worth $20.
Yep. So, yeah,
come through, Nintendo. Come through.
I know. Man, I really just need it. So
yes,
I need it in my life. I just need it in my life. So
I can finally play some games online with you.
I'm thinking about getting those Super Nintendo controllers. I want
I
the
want
NES ones, but like
I want the Super Famicom ones.
what, the ones with the colored buttons?
Yes,
Yeah.
they're doing it in Japan, and I was just like, ooh.
See, I like the purple. Like I like the classic purple.
I do too.
I mean, I don't really like understand the multicolored buttons thing. Like I mean I get it, but like personally I don't get it. I think the purple looks better.
It was just something people thought that it looked cool at the time when it came out because the purple and the gray just looked to kind of blend. But everybody liked the fact that it was a 6-button controller. Color didn't really match, but then to see like Japan get something different than us, everybody was just like, "Oh, I want the Super Famicom one."
Right. So, Essie's in the chat. Hello, Essie. Welcome to Nintendo Pow Block. This is our weekly Nintendo podcast. Ed and I are gonna continue to do weekly from now on. So, very excited.
Yes.
Very excited that you're here. Very excited that Blades and Juby are in the chat as well. Anyways, back to the show. Tetris 99, an update is available on September 5th, and the physical edition is coming out. It's coming out on Friday. It's getting an update, 2.0 update, which is adding the Invictus mode, which is you can't play that mode until you win one match. So that's very, very cool. Very, very cool mode. Tetris 99. It's gonna break my brain. I've come in second. I've come in second.
Mm-hmm.
Like 30 something times. I cannot get the win. I just can't get the win. You know, I just can't.
I gotta get back into it. Trust me. Once I start playing Tetris 99, I'm sick. You know, not sick. I'm like sucked in for a good 45 minutes.
Yeah,
playing match after match after match.
It's just. You know. So, anyways, Tetris 99, great game. If you have a Switch, you should download it. It's free if you have the Nintendo online stuff. So,
yes,
it's a great game.
If not, go get Puyo Puyo Tetris.
Oh yeah, Puyo Puyo Tetris. Oh, it's a great game. By the way, I just played Puyo Puyo Tetris the other night. By the way, it's very good.
Nice.
Very, very good. Anyways, next on the list, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, November 5th. They have the 8-bit games, which takes the sprites from the old Mario and Sonic games and kind of, lets them.
Which
play.
actually had a good soundtrack too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
The music was really good.
Of course it does. So I'm not really interested in this game at all. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd rather play Mario Party, which is saying a lot because I hate Mario Party. But anyways, the game after this that was talked about a little bit, Ed, is the one you're very excited for. Why don't you go ahead and talk about Daemon X Machina?
Yes. So everybody, this is Daemon X Machina, the prologue demo. It is available today. So probably by the time if you guys are watching this, this demo's out. I think it's the same demo that kind of came out, but it's the updated version. When they got everybody's feedback. So what happens is though, you'll have some carryover data. So whatever you do in the demo and you save will be brought into the actual game. You can play this in co-op 4-player mode for a demo, but it's only local wireless. When the actual game come out, it will have full online. So you will need Nintendo Switch Online to play this game. By the looks of it, this game will work on Nintendo Switch and on Nintendo Switch Lite. So, if you're thinking of getting a Switch Lite and having that game on the go with you on that time, you can also do that. It looks really good. I cannot wait to download this demo and play it. The game comes out September 13th. So, everybody get ready. And I kind of like how they talked about if you never played the mecha game, this is a good one to start out with. It looks like they really cleaned up a lot of stuff, and it looks just like it's been on my most wanted list ever since they showed it at last E3. Like, this was my number one game that I was waiting to play. I even talked about how the flying in this is better than the flying in Anthem, and that says a lot. So if you guys are up to it, I definitely do recommend giving it a try. It might not even be your cup of tea, but like, give it a try, because I think mecha games like this and this action and this style is like, it's really cool that someone is willing to bring it back. So
yeah,
and you got some really great top developers who are making this game.
Yeah, I played the demo, and like I was kind of shocked, but like I was in the very small minority of people that didn't care for it. That demo. But like you said, when we were playing Anthem, say what you will about Anthem, but the flying felt really awesome, and going from Anthem to this kind of felt, different, to say the least. So, look, I'll download the demo. We'll probably do some sort of video on YouTube about it, just to play it. But I'd still wait and see for me, to be 100% honest with you. I want to see it kind of.
Yeah, and it was good. At least Marvelous, who are making this game, at least they said, we're putting this demo out to get your feedback. So even if you don't like it, let us know what you don't like, so we can work to make this game better. And that's what I feel like they actually did their job, because they got a lot of feedback from people who got the survey to submit their answers, and to people who just straight out tweeted them on social media, telling them their thoughts and stuff. So they did their job with that demo. So I'm excited to play this demo on my Switch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. So I'll be checking out the demo, and sure we'll be talking about it in the weeks to come.
Yes.
So the Switch is getting a Star Wars game. Very interesting. A lot of people consider this to be the best of the 90s Star Wars games, early 2000s Star Wars games. Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast is coming September 24th. It is a remaster of the game of the same name, where you play Kyle Katarn, who is kind of an outcast Jedi fighting through the Star Wars universe. And you can play it in either first or third person. I think a lot of people liked it because it was the first time it really felt like you were using a lightsaber.
Mm-hmm. I played it this game at all.
Oh, I played it on GameCube. It was fine. Like I think a lot of people liked it on PC a lot better, but it was, for me, it was fine. Like, it was cool, but I think there are better Star Wars games out there. Knights of the Old Republic series being one, Republic Commando being one. So, but again, this is like an early PC kind of thing. So it's like, if you appreciate those old PC games, this game is coming to Switch now. I hope they fix some controls, because the GameCube version didn't really control very well. But again, that was like 20 years ago. So whatever. Gosh, 20 years, really? Oh, makes my head hurt so bad.
Yeah,
Sorry, everybody. I just had to like.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on this one. I looked at it and I was just like, this is like the N64 game meets the Atari Jaguar. This doesn't look good at all.
I mean, it's a early 90s PC game, or late 90s, early 2000s PC game. It's not going to look good.
Okay.
It's not supposed to look good.
Okay.
It's like when
sense.
I mean, honestly, the graphics kind of remind me of that Turok remaster.
Yes, it does. Ooh.
By the way, Turok, great game. No fog in the Switch version, by the way. So, yeah. Also, a reminder: they showed the Witcher trailer for Switch. It's can't believe they're getting this game to run on Switch, and a lot of people who have played it said that it's a miracle how well it runs. Like a complete miracle. And like, I know on TV it's going to run at 720p. On the screen, on the handheld screen, it's going to run at 540. 30 frames a second, though. 30 frames. It's
and I think a lot of people who are willing to give The Witcher a chance, they're going to play it because they got this game to play on the go. So it'll take up some of their time and stuff. I don't think people are worried about the graphics. They're just worried about the performance, and it looks like the performance is smooth enough for people to play it. So, and plus they're going to get that story and just that experience. So, that's cool. That's really good. Like all the DLC is in the game. So yeah.
Yeah. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool. I will probably, The Witcher is one of those games that I will probably get on the Switch because
as many times I said we have started. We just like
no. I mean, like to be honest with you, unless I'm like streaming after my wife and kid go to bed, which I'm actually probably being too loud right now. But like, the Switch is where I get most of my game time because it's portable, it's handheld. I can watch TV and put it down to make sure my kid doesn't jump off of the chairs or anything and survive, and I can put it down when my wife needs something. The Switch is an easy portable console for me to play games that I love, and now I'm getting more games that I love in a portable fashion. Like, that's fine with me. Like a lot of people, which we'll talk about this in a little bit, but the Outer Worlds coming to Switch too. Like, I will probably play the Outer Worlds the most on the Switch, even though it's coming to Xbox Game Pass, because I will be able to sit down on my couch, put the time into it that I need to. Unless I spend a week streaming it, which also could be possible, but like a majority of my game time comes in portable mode on Switch.
Yeah, the Outer World I'm like I said, I'm going to be doing it on both systems. But just like you, Corey, I'm probably going to do a lot of it on Switch because I'm going to be busy and everything. So if I'm like on lunch at work, I could catch up and everything. And plus, I could play it two different ways, both at the same time. Be like, I could do my evil stuff on Switch and do my good stuff on Xbox, and just see how both of them interact and everything. And plus, other people might be playing it, so I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I mean, look, these games, I get it. Even on the other podcasts that I do, people ridicule is the wrong word, but they get on me for not being able to play or not playing games on like the big boy consoles or PC or whatever. I just can't dedicate that time to that, right? And the Switch gives me that option now, especially with Wolfenstein, Doom, now The Witcher. These kinds of games like just fit on the console now, and it's great for me personally, right? So, and as huge Nintendo fans and doing the show, we get to talk about these games also now, which, to be fair, when we were doing this, when the Wii U was out, didn't really get to talk a lot about these games, right? Very rarely did we get to talk about third-party games, like, and which kind of leads into the next story, which I'm super excited for. Assassin's Creed Rebel Collection is coming to Switch, which is Assassin's Creed Rogue and Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which Assassin's Creed 3 Remastered is on sale on Switch this week, and I actually downloaded it. Pretty excited to jump back into that game, considering they changed a lot of the gameplay mechanics and stuff, just to have like a better cohesive game, which, say what you will, Assassin's Creed 3, the concept was really cool. Felt like Assassin's Creed. The intro, the tutorial being like 6 hours long, not great, right? So, Assassin's Creed, can't wait for that. Especially because I've never played Rogue, which is like,
me neither.
A lot of people say is secretly one of the better ones because it's Black Flag, but in reverse. So,
and I have Black Flag on my Xbox One, and I need to start that.
I have Black Flag on my Wii U. That's where I played it. Stuck at 94.6% because
you know what?
The multiplayer stuff didn't work on the Wii U.
You know what? We're going to complete this game on Switch. We're going to try to get this 100% on Switch.
Dude, I put like 70 hours into that game. It was so good. So good.
I know what you... Yes.
Oh, so good. Now all I need is my Batman collection on Switch, and I will be good to go. Look, there's like a list of 10 games that still need to come to Switch from Wii U that I really want to have on my Switch, so I can unplug my Wii U finally. Not that I'm playing those games on Wii U, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Like Just in case, maybe that one time I have a half hour to myself, that one day sometime in the near future,
Yeah.
I'll pop
What
in
am I?
I'll pop in Batman Arkham Origins and run around the city. Anyways, Dauntless is also coming to the Nintendo. Oh, the Assassin's Creed Rebel Collection coming December 6th. I think it's going to be $40. I think it's what they said.
I think so. Yeah, because it's a 2-pack game. Both of them will be in it.
So, Dauntless is also coming to Switch, which is the free-to-play Monster Hunter-esque game. Panic Button, I think, is porting it, I want to say. So, it's coming real soon too. And then they showed a good montage of games coming to Switch soon, which is Just Dance 2020. No surprise there. Grid Auto Sport coming in September 19th. Farming Simulator 20 is coming on December 3rd. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. Very good, very good JRPG.
Yes.
Being remastered, coming to Switch on September 20th. NBA 2K20 is coming on September 6th, which I'm very excited for. Call of Cthulhu is coming on October 8th.
Which is weird because I know the game is out, but I thought it was out on Switch also. I didn't know that it got delayed or pushed back.
I don't even really know what that game is, to be quite honest with you. Outer Worlds is coming soon, which means it's probably not going to hit the October 26th release date of the other consoles, which is fine, right? If you need to make it work and run well on Switch, by all means, take your time. Devil May Cry 2 Remastered coming September 19th.
Now, before we go, I know a lot of people don't like Devil May Cry 2. I still recommend people should play. To me, it's a good game. Definitely action scenes. I have a feeling we'll get 3 soon. We'll probably get 4 soon. I have a feeling that we're getting DMC next year.
It would not surprise me if all of these games eventually make their way over.
I really hope
at least up to 5, right? Like I think maybe 5 might be a little too. Well, nah, that's not true now either. If you're getting The Witcher and stuff like that, like even if it ran at 30 frames, like Bayonetta runs on it. I don't know, man. I will take whatever I can get at this point on Switch.
If I could get the DMC definitive edition, I'm good. Like literally, they put that out for $30 and I'll pay it. Be like, give me. This is what I want, because I think people will buy that game on Switch.
Yeah. So, whew, boy. And then the last but not least, Vampire is finally coming to Switch on October 29th, which is Don't Nod, right?
Yeah.
They the people behind the first Life is Strange game, their vampire game is coming to Switch, which is an interesting premise. I feel like it got like a lot of 7s, but a lot of people were singing its praises even though it got 7s. You know what I mean? Like I think a lot of people appreciate what the game was trying to do, even though some things didn't really work out. So
yes,
which I like to see, right? So then they gave a recap of Animal Crossing New Horizon, which is coming on March 20th. The Nook phone contains apps for crafting and more. Nook Miles give you bonuses. Season changing leads to new people. Day and night cycles are also in the game, obviously, because it's every day kind of changes the game. 4-player co-op on one system, local and online, up to 8 players for that. So
yes,
Animal Crossing, I know a lot of people are looking forward to. That's another game that requires a major time sink, and yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'll get it because I want to play it and I want to see. But it's probably not a game I'm going to stick with.
And it's good, like that delay that they had to bring it out, like March 20th. That's a good time. Like so, from the looks of it, Tokyo Mirage started out January. Animal Crossing started out in March. If we get that good hot one Nintendo game per month with some indies, they're once again doing the smart business strategy of releasing something every month. So there's a constant stream of games.
Yeah. Very excited. Last but not least, very I'm excited. I'm excited for
Now,
people because Xenoblade Chronicles, for those who don't know, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out on Switch in 2017.
yes.
Xenoblade Chronicles 1 came out on Switch, or came out on Wii, the Wii, and was part of a movement called Operation Rainfall, which
Yes.
were it was a series of JRPGs. One was Xenoblade Chronicles, one was The Last Story, another great game I wish they would bring to Switch. That game is phenomenal.
I
If you
want
have
to
a
play
Wii,
that.
you should find it and play it. Although it's going for a lot of money right now, and
No, and I could probably find it at Myers or something for like $34. And be like, what the world is this mess?
And,
Can I get that out the case?
what was the last one? Pandora's Tower, I think, was the last
Yeah.
one, which was more of an action RPG. And a lot of people made it clear that they wanted those games to come west, and they all ended up coming. And I actually own all three of them, and they are very good games, especially Last Story. But Xenoblade Chronicles 3D then came to 3DS, the new 3DS, and now it's coming to Switch. Anyways, continue, Ed. You were going to say something.
Okay, so found out that the president of Monolith Soft tweeted out something saying that, hey, everybody really should look out for the Nintendo Direct. And that left speculation on what was going on. Because I know Monolith Soft is working on a new game. And they may also be helping the Zelda team.
Yeah.
But they're just like, and plus they were hiring more people. They were just like, just make sure that you watch it. I did not expect that Xenoblade Chronicles would be a re-release on Switch, and this is a remaster version.
I thought since they put it on 3DS,
Yes,
that we wouldn't be getting it on Switch, right? Because I mean, it wasn't very long after the Switch came out that they put it on 3DS, right? So like, I was just like, if we get a remaster of a Xenoblade game, it's probably going to be X. Although they said that would require a lot more work than they anticipated, and it would have to be like a lot of fans would have to really, really want it, and B, like they would have to dedicate resources that maybe they can't because they're working on their new project. Plus,
yes,
a lot of people don't know that, like you said, Monolith helped create the foundation of what Breath of the Wild is in terms of terrain and making a big open space to run around in. So, yeah, I am really happy because I tried to play this on 3DS, and boy, that screen is tiny for a giant, massive, open RPG.
yeah, and
So-
and I think this being on Switch, it's going to be better because it's going to look a little bit cleaner and crisper. So I'm all for it. This is definitely one that I would pick up. When it's coming out next year, if they could get this maybe in April or May, that would be fine. Because I don't want to put it in May. I mean, I don't want to put it in February because of Tokyo Mirage, and I'm just like, I can't have two big RPGs
I know.
back to back, even though there has happened.
This would have been a perfect way to end the year, I think, if you put it in December.
Yeah.
You know, like I mean, you know, that's when Xenoblade Chronicles 2 came out, was in December. So unless you're putting this in that slot where, like, you know, Yoshi and Kirby fell in that March slot. But then you're running into Animal Crossing, so I don't know.
April or May could happen because we already know what's coming out. And so right now for 2020, we got three major games: Xenoblade Chronicles, Tokyo Mirage, even though that's port, and Animal Crossing. So we got the first half.
Plus you got to
1/4.
remember that Ubisoft is kind of positioning Gods and Monsters as a Switch game, even though it's coming to everything, right?
Yeah.
Which is that it's kind of like Assassin's Creed Odyssey meets Breath of the Wild. At least that first trailer is kind of what showed that. So, you know, and I mean, you've got a packed first quarter already.
Yes.
And like, where are you going to put all these games? So, I don't get me wrong, I'm very excited for Xenoblade.
Oh,
right? Like, I am ecstatic that we're getting a proper, because like when it came to Wii, it was already technically impressive for that console.
Yes.
Right. And like you could feel your Wii crying when you were playing it. Right. And then you're like, okay, this is pretty, but like by the time it came out, we were already like neck deep in the HD consoles, and they kind of took off faster than anybody anticipated. The Wii was kind of winding down. These HD consoles were ramping up, and like we were seeing beautiful games coming on these HD consoles, and you're going back to a standard def console, and you're like, this game looks great, but it's still in standard def. And now we're getting a proper HD version of one of the best JRPGs to come to a Nintendo platform. It's good. It's good. I'm very excited.
Even though this is a Nintendo show, because we're getting Ori 2 in February.
Well, I mean, that could be coming to Switch. Ori 1's coming.
Ori 1's coming, yeah. If they could push, that's why I said if they could push Xenoblade and make sure it's not in February. Like, I don't need nothing major big in February because of Ori being that big game for Xbox. Nintendo will do fine just doing indies for February.
Yeah.
Like, and let some other third party, like Natsume, let them do Harvest Moon or something in February, and let that be the hot game for it.
Yeah.
I think that would be fine.
Yeah. So that was the Direct. They also kind of showed off Banjo, the Smash Brothers stuff. So you can check that video out. Smash Banjo. Can't wait to. I'm going to probably try that after we record here tonight for a little bit. Although I do have some, logos and podcast feeds to set up and everything. So.
Can I tell you on Twitter? I know. I'm sorry not to interrupt. We have SNES, Xenoblade, Switch, Overwatch, Terry Bogard, Deadly Premonition 2, all trending on Twitter right now.
I know.
That is insane.
Yeah.
For a system that no one said that's going to have that many games on it.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, the Switch has turned out to be such an incredible little console, right? And you know, I know people hey, I would like to see something like Master Chief Collection eventually make its way over, which was rumored for a little bit. But it was even rumored for PlayStation 4 for a while, even though it's a Microsoft property. But the fact that we're getting like a huge range of games, like remakes and remasters and Nintendo first party games and Nintendo remasters of Wii U and Wii games and huge AAA games like The Witcher and Doom and The Outer Worlds, like there's and not to mention like the thousands of indie games that are selling quadruple the amount on Switch that they are every other console combined. Like the fact that we're getting all these different types of games makes Switch a console for everybody, right? Like it's an incredible time to be a Nintendo fan, because trust me, there were times where being a Nintendo fan wasn't 100% great all the time, right? Like how many times did we have to like scrounge together news for the show when the Wii U was the main focus, right? Like, okay, you know, but all these games, fantastic. I can't wait for a lot of these games on Switch. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So
someone posted a picture. They're just like, I'm praying for Wind Waker HD. I said, I cannot have Wind Waker right now. I got too much on my plate right now.
Look, I mean, the Zelda HD collection is coming. You know it is. Like
it has to.
I mean, a Zelda HD collection is coming. I'm sure Mario 3D World is coming. A Metroid Prime Trilogy is coming. I'm sure Star Fox Zero will get ported at some point. Like there's very few games that I could see not coming to Switch, and I can't think of any of them right now. Right, so I think Nintendo is very good at positioning. Hey, we have all these games that if we need to hold a game for a specific time, we can do that, and we could put out these ports and remasters to fill gaps, right? And then we can fill other gaps with indies. We can fill other gaps with these AAA games, third party, all these. They've been very good at that this generation. So,
yes.
The Nintendo Direct was fantastic.
We still have one more indie, and we still have one more Nintendo Direct for this year.
Yeah, I know. Which will probably be around the Game Awards, I'm assuming.
I think so, and I think that's when the final Smash character is going to be revealed. Because, like, what can Nintendo bring to the Game Awards? Like, you don't want to do anything Breath of the Wild related, because there's already still speculation going on from E3. So you don't want to tease us. I'm not ready for a Breath of the Wild. I want them to work on that, put that in a cooking pot, and let it just soak up the juices and everything. Just let it do what it needs to do.
Yep.
I would prefer Bayonetta 3 being a big game that they show at E3.
Yeah.
Not E3, I'm sorry, the Game Awards. On top of everybody, we just had Gamescom, PAX West was last week. We got the Direct this week. And then next week is Tokyo Game Show, which they're going to be showing more Nintendo games that we don't even know about.
Yep. It's crazy. It's a crazy time. So before we talk about our what we want to do with this show moving forward, because we are continuing Nintendo Pow Block from where we left off. We're getting a new RSS feed, though, because we did turn the old one into the NX show stuff. So we will be getting a new RSS feed, but our whole back catalog will be there. So you'll be able to listen to them. Before we get to that, I want to talk about Shovel Knight Dig.
Okay.
Because we talked a little bit about it on the NX show, but I want to talk about Shovel Knight Dig, because now that I've read up on it and kind of made peace with what it is, spoilers, I'm really excited. So basically I thought it was going to be like a roguelike style game, kind of like Dead Cells, where you have these worlds that are like, you have a specific tile set, but they're randomized as you move through the world, right? And then you kind of, start over when you die or whatever. Shovel Knight's not like that, right? Like they are it's almost like, okay, you go through this world. It almost has like a SteamWorld Dig-esque layout to it, where like, okay, how you get to these places might change, but the town is always here to the left. The boss is always down to the right, like that type of thing, Mm-hmm. And they kind of introduce like new knights and new powers and how amiibo work, and if they are teasing, they might have more amiibo coming for these knights, and it's like, oh man, that'd be super awesome. So for those who don't know, Yacht Club is co-developing. I was looking for the right word. I'm just very excited. They're co-developing a new Shovel Knight game with I forget the developer, but
Neon Mike or something like that.
Something like that. And it's kind of different from the Shovel Knight that you know and love. By the way, Shovel Knight Treasure Trove coming out in December with King of Cards and the Amiibo and Showdown. So definitely check and definitely purchase that game. It's $24.99. It's the best indie example of how an indie game should be done right. It's awesome. I love Shovel Knight.
Is that the name of the whole collection? The Treasure Trove?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't own Shovel Knight for Switch. I still have it on Wii U.
Yeah.
But when it was announced in the DLC, I'm just like, you know what? I'd rather wait till everything comes out so I can buy it.
You can buy each game for $10 each, or you can get the Treasure Trove for $24.99. So it's actually a pretty good deal and all the campaigns are fantastic. What I played last year at PAX of King Knight was fantastic. The only one that's not as good as the other ones is Plague Knight, but it's still a really good game. So check it out. But Dig is kind of like so Shovel Knight looks like a really, really good NES game, where Shovel Knight Dig looks like a very, very polished 2D 32-bit game that you would see on, like, I would almost compare not the art style directly, but like how good it looks to something like Symphony of the Night, right? Where like it's just really super polished 2D sprites, and animations and everything. So I just wanted to just clarify that I'm very excited for Shovel Knight Dig. So
Yeah, I'm going to buy it.
yeah, I thought the new knights look cool. Like Spore Knight is a knight that his power is like poison because he's a mushroom. He looks really cool. Dig Knight looks really cool, which is kind of like the main hook of the game. By the way, you can dig in this game. That's why it's called Shovel Knight Dig. You kind of dig down, almost SteamWorld Dig-esque, where you kind of dig down and make your own path to the different areas. So very cool, very excited. So now that we're done with that, Ed,
Yes.
I kind of want to talk about what our plan is for this show, right? Like we started Nintendo Pow Block, what, 5 years ago at this point?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we started Pow Block, and then we kind of brought it into the Nerds Gone Rogue family of shows. And then we kind of expanded Nerds Gone Rogue into a way where it wasn't mismanaged, but it was getting hard to manage, Arsenal X and Pow Block and Nerds Gone Rogue and Nerds Gone Platinum and the B-Sides and all these other shows that were part of the network, right? So
yeah.
we came to the decision that we were going to do the NX show and the NX project, which is going to combine Nintendo Pow Block, Arsenal X, and all the kind of like the small spin-off shows, like when we did Javelins for Hire, which was our short-lived Anthem podcast, and Tower Casuals, which I still want to get going.
Seasonal shows.
Sure, we'll go with that. We had all these little spin-off show ideas, and we kind of just combined them together, and we were like, look, the NX show, we're just going to come together and talk about video games. Nintendo and Xbox mostly, because those were the shows we were combining. We talk a little bit about PlayStation also, or games that are available on PlayStation, but the NX show was for us to kind of have a longer form show where we could talk about anything, where we didn't have to cut conversations off because we weren't talking about that specific subject, right?
Yes.
But some fans were kind of upset that we stopped Pow Block, and we actually did a whole show on the NX show about, hey, this is our new direction. And we've still gotten emails about it. We've gotten tweets about it. We've gotten all kinds of things going on about it. So Ed and I kind of started talking this week, and we were like, we should do Nintendo Pow Block again. But we need to do it right, and it's just going to be the two of us. Unless we have like a very, very special guest.
Yes.
I kind of want the show to be like a intimate one-on-one Nintendo podcast with you and me, how it started and how we move forward is like, we'll start the show with housekeeping, whatever. Talk about the Nintendo games we've been playing for a little bit. And we do like little like deep dives on the news stories, right? And it'll be like 90 minutes, right? Like it'll probably be a longer show, and
yes,
and we're gonna do it live here on Mixer, and then we're gonna put it up on podcast feeds and try to get it up on Spotify and streaming services within the next couple weeks or so. I want it to be the Nintendo show that we always loved to do before, right? Like I want it to be us. I want it to be engaging. I want fans to chat with us in the Mixer chat, which we've had a pretty active Mixer chat tonight. I don't know if you have the chat open or not, Ed, but it's been pretty. It's been pretty active tonight. And I want people to ask us questions in the chat, and this is how we're going to interact with people is through our chat, right? And you can email us at nintendopowblock@gmail.com. It's still open. Still a few questions in there. I kind of wanted to focus on the direct tonight because that was pretty big, and I think it was a pretty good way to launch this show, right? Was just to, launch it with this direct talk, and so I kind of want to do that. I want to answer questions. I want you guys to email us. We talked about doing like bonus episodes where if a game comes out that we both really, really, really love, that we're going to do deep dives on them, deep dives on Nintendo first party games. So I think we have a pretty solid plan with how we want Nintendo Pow Block to go. So, and we're going to kind of let everybody know what games are coming out this week, and we're going to have like a pick of the week style game where we're like, hey, this game's coming out. These are all the games coming out this week. What's your pick of the week? And we'll go from there. So we have a pretty solid plan for Pow Block. This is the show that I've always loved. You've always loved.
Yes.
And like, it wasn't a mistake taking it away, but
we had a different plan of taking it. We had a different direction of taking it because of the NX show.
Yeah.
The NX project, I should say.
And it to me personally, at least, it just not doing the show for the last, 12 to 14 weeks, I think it's been now since the NX show. Like, it just kind of felt like something was missing, because we always used to talk Nintendo all the time. And like, not that we don't do now, but like, I missed keeping up with all the Nintendo news and Nintendo stuff. And I felt like we were kind of getting farther and farther away from that with the NX show, because we were streaming it, and, Jesse and Ray primarily play on Xbox, and I mean, we do too, in terms of the other consoles, but Nintendo is where our hearts are.
Yes.
And so I think this is like doing a live show on Mixer, getting it up on podcast services, like, is a good way to just get us there. So, I mean, do you have any thoughts on what you expect from doing this new version of the show and kind of moving forward from here?
I think it's going to be us showing our passion when it comes to games, but our like biggest passion for Nintendo. Some people still view Nintendo in a certain way, but we view it in a different way, and we just want to showcase that more. I love the format. I love, hopefully more people who watch this will get involved and ask us questions. And, if one of my things is that I know I'm probably going to say some insane stuff because that's kind of who I am. But sometimes that insane stuff is me kind of seeing Nintendo in a different way that most people don't see them. Mm-hmm. And I always say that when I talk about Nintendo and some of the decisions that they make, a lot of people don't think of Nintendo probably just as America, but they don't think it as Japan. And if you don't know kind of how business stuff happens in Japan, you kind of won't understand some of their business decisions and ideas. So, please be prepared for that. I love everybody. I love everyone who listens and watches. I'm just preparing everybody because we have some new listeners and some new viewers, and they may think that Ed is completely wrong. I don't agree with.
Look, Ed has. How do we say this? Ed has been. People don't always agree with Ed's opinions on things.
A lot of times.
So
let's just.
But also, it's why Ed is here. It's why Ed is my co-host, because it allows us to have a more dynamic discussion about certain things. Yes. And we will not always disagree, or we will not always agree. Agree. Like, we will disagree on a lot of things, to be 100% honest with you. But I think that makes for interesting discussion. I think that makes for an interesting podcast. I think it gives us that back and forth we need to have an interesting show. And the fact that it's just the two of us now is like, it kind of feels like we're coming home a little bit. So, yeah, but I mean, that's.
But I could say I'm hyped. I'm excited. We got a lot of games. We got stories and news coming out. We get to spend more time not trying to rush anything, but we get to focus on one company, their product that they're bringing out, and just really like dive in with our passion on why we like Nintendo and talking about Nintendo and their games. And hopefully for the discussions that we have that, maybe it will inspire other people to sometimes look Nintendo in a different light, but look forward to some of the games and things that they're releasing.
Yeah.
Maybe not everybody started their gaming with Nintendo, and that's fine. When we talk about Nintendo, there's going to be some historic things that we may bring up that I personally feel like sometimes you should go and look at, and experience it. Those who have a Switch, if you're just getting into gaming, do look at these Nintendo online games and the Super NES games. Like, take a look at them and see why people have a affinity and a love for Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
And ask us those Nintendo questions. We're ready to ask them. They could be like easy questions or something that's going to really make us think and have a conversation. I cannot wait. I always love getting your guys' questions. And deep diving into the news, trust me, there's a lot of news to cover now.
Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, like, we're going to do this show live every week or, because we want to have that live show experience. Mm-hmm. There may be one or two episodes, like if one of us goes on vacation or one of us is out of town or has something to do, right? We will kind of fill those episodes in with kind of like what I would call like an evergreen episode where like maybe we record 2 episodes back to back one week and then we'll release them on podcast services, we in with a week in between, right? So, mm-hmm. I mean, we are going to try our best not to miss a week in terms of putting it up on the podcast service or on our YouTube page or on the website or anything. But like, this is what we want to do. This is our vision for Nintendo Pow Block. This is what we kind of think the show should be. So, I'm excited that it's back. I'm really, really excited that this show is back. And I part of me does kind of feel bad that we're like, quote unquote, leaving people out. Like, Jesse was a big part of this show for a long time, right? And Jesse's a lot of the reason why we merged the shows together because we love talking both consoles with Jesse, right? We love talking Xbox and Nintendo and whatever else we're playing with him. So that's how the NX show became the NX show, but Nintendo Pow Block is I've been missing it sorely. So I really don't have a lot else to say about the future of Pow Block except that we're
back.
I think we're gonna record on Thursday nights. Mostly you just follow at that retro code or at CoreyandHD713 on Twitter to see when we're recording, but most of the time it'll be Thursday nights right here on Mixer. It'll be at both of our Mixer accounts. I'm going to try to figure out restream and get it up on both of our accounts so we can co-stream it.
Yes.
And get people involved on both streams and all of our followers. So that'll be a good time. And that's the plan, and we're still going to stream the NX show here. We're going to stream all the shows here on Mixer. Getting that live audience is key, I think. So also, I think you'll be able to watch the NX show on Ray's Twitch channel too. So if you want to head over there and subscribe to him, that'd be cool too. But
yes,
Ed and I and even Jesse, like Mixer is kind of our streaming home, and we want to make sure you're getting the content here on Mixer where you can, wherever you get it. So also, this is a podcast, so you will be able to take us with you on podcast services. I'm hoping to get this done by the weekend, have all the back catalog of shows up and everything. So, it's going to be a work in progress for about a week or two, but just, bear with us. We're trying here. We do a lot, and we do a lot of streaming. We do a lot of podcasts, and Nintendo Pow Block's back. Ed, we're back.
Yes,
I'm very
we're
excited.
back.
I'm very excited. I just got to figure out what the title of the episode, because the last episode was titled "The Last Episode of Nintendo Pow Block." So,
Well, of course, Nintendo Pow Block leveled up. I love that name.
Yeah.
Pow Block leveled up. I
Yeah.
love that name.
and then our one-off episodes will be called Super Nintendo Pow Block, which would be great, or Nintendo Pow Block Plus. I haven't decided yet. We haven't decided yet.
I sent you a Pow Block party.
You did, which no, it's not a party.
Hey,
You can't have a party with two people in.
Well, I
Well,
was just.
You can, but I would have to change that stream to 18 plus, and
Oh,
nobody wants that.
yeah. Especially
So.
if we're talking about Nintendo.
Oh boy. Anyways, on that note, I want to thank everybody in the chat. I want to thank Genosaurus Rex for hosting the show. I want to thank Zombie for hosting the show on their Mixer channels. I want to thank everybody who participated in the chat tonight. It was really exciting to see the chat kind of, people commenting and talking and sending gifts and stuff. That was really cool. I want to thank everybody on Twitter who, to put it nicely, welcomed Nintendo Pow Block back with open arms. Deshaun and Megan, I appreciate you always commenting and being fans since the beginning. So
Yes.
I want to thank everybody for enduring this episode where we're kind of getting our feet wet again in terms of getting back in the swing of things here. But anyways, you will be able to find Nintendo Pow Block on podcast services, iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, all those good places. Ed, where can we find you on the internet?
You guys can find me on Twitter at ThatVertical. You can check out Optional Opinion on SoundCloud and other podcast apps. And everybody, the Beauty of Video Games is starting this Sunday, September 7th. So you guys will be able to check 3 weeks of me talking and celebrating villains.
Nice. And where can they find the Beauty of Video Games, Ed?
You're going to find it at codenamenx.com. And also, everybody, check out Optional Opinions' latest episode. Me and Corey do a deep dive, talk about Roller Coaster Tycoon. So,
yes,
it out.
We do. I'm working on putting Optional Opinion up on Codename NX, Ed. So,
okay. Hey.
I need to transfer all your stuff over from Nerds Gone Rogue. I have a lot to do. I'm going to be 100% honest with everybody. I have a lot to do, a lot of catching up everything. So,
shoot, I got to edit that Halo stuff.
You can find me at CoreyNHD713 on Twitter. You can find me at CoreyNHD on Instagram and Mixer. You can also find me on the NX Show, which is the show that me and Ed do together with Jesse and Ray. You can also find me on Nerds Gone Rogue every Monday night here on mixer.com/CoreyNHD, which I do with Matt and Moose every Monday night. Also, there's some more stuff in the works for every podcast. So also, I want to give a shout out to Nerds Gone Platinum, Nerds Gone Rogue's PlayStation podcast, which goes up every Thursday, and I think that's it. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for commenting. And until next week, we love you.
And I'm so glad hopefully I could do this again. Woohoo!
You've been waiting to do that, haven't you?
Yes, I have. We're back